Well, kudos to all you moms working throughout the pandemic. I have no idea how you guys did it. So, but that's amazing. Um, for us, we are also a very operations intensive company, and 70% of our orders are still made to order, which means that we take it 3 weeks to ship shoes. So we're really, making the shoes after we receive an order in a certain size. And we do this in like small batch productions with artisan, different artisan facilities. We have 3 production units spread all over the country in Pakistan. The product comes in our main office in Karachi, where it gets quality inspected, and then it gets shipped over on a plane to our warehouse, and that's where we use that as a fulfillment center to ship it out all over US. Our most of our like majority of our customers are all US customers. So yes, when the whole pandemic happened and the lockdowns were announced, there was this whole chaotic situation that we kind of ran into. We had major supply chain disruptions, as we were very reliant on putting the product together in house, physical, and relying on variety services, which were also halted during the lockdowns. So we had around 3 weeks of supply chain disruptions. But what for us, it came down to, unfortunately, in developing countries, people just don't have that sort of luxury that, they just don't go to work, self-support from the virus, sit at home and do nothing and, just kind of sit in the lockdown. So this greater responsibility that how do we continue paying our artisans so they can feed their families, because literally people were starving. Like if you hear about the horror stories about developing countries, that people were actually starving, they lost their jobs and everything. So I have this amazing, first of all, amazing team of operations that we built on the ground in Pakistan, and we came together and came to this conclusion that we don't have this option of just halting everything and just sitting at house and just so we started moving all our supply chain activities from work from home style model for our artisans. So with respect to like the sales, the e-commerce businesses were doing phenomenally well, and that's what we had, like enormous sales, and people coming to this website and shopping. People were just sitting at home and they just wanted comfortable shoes that makes them happy and wear at home. So from that perspective, our challenge was how do we deliver the product to them. So generally we take 2 to 3 weeks. Majority of our production to we have the artisans work from home. Luckily we can do that because the type of shoes we are creating are handcrafted. We don't use any fancy machines, but like for instance, like we have a lot of women artisans that are performing hand embroidery on our shoes. So we were sending them all fabric and all templates through courier services. They would send them back to us. And we optimized that whole over like a couple of months. And now that's what we prefer to do, work with, like just let them work from home and assemble the product in batches at our artisan cities and ship it. So that's how we managed it. During that time, we had like major delays in shipping the products. We were just very communicative with our customers. So we called every like 400, 500 orders open during that time. And we called every single customer. We let them know about the situation. So it came down to, providing this transparency and visibility of what's going on with their shoes behind the scenes. And we got like 3% cancellations. But most of these people, these customers were like, yes, take your time, get the shoes whenever they arrive. They were very understandable. And yeah, so that's how. And so I think one thing that becomes for us in 2021 as we are growing, just kind of building that brand on transparency. And that's what we want to continue doing, is providing our customers and building this intimate connection with a Fuchsia customer, so they know that, oh, these are the artisans that work on their particular shoe. This is how the company sourced it, and this is how it landed in on and that. So just providing that whole journey of the product and transparency is what we were really working on in 2021.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. All right. So who hasn't responded yet? Elle, have you? Elle, I don't think you've responded yet to this question.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I still feel like in 2020, I lived just, we literally launched Emilia George right before the pandemic hit, especially in New York. We all know like it was really bad in March for a very long time. So for a while, I was like on calls with other mompreneurs, was like, what do we do? Like everyone shed tears together and everyone felt guilty. Like, oh, maybe we have to shut it down. We're all like moms. Oh, maybe I'm like, I should save some money for my children. Just to stop the loss. But then, just this passion, this belief, this drive, really just it kept me going. And due to, the mask, it was actually my husband's idea, saying that, why don't you just make more masks? Everyone is needing masks. My mom actually was shipping me a lot of masks from my hometown so that I could donate to our son's daycare teachers and also some of the local hospitals. Each person literally just did 2 or 3 because I was like, sorry, I only have like 50. I have to send to as many people as possible. So he said, why don't you just make more masks? And my factory never made masks. And we had to actually go through several prototypes and then made sure that the quality and also the fabrics that we pick also align with what our clothing brand is really following. So we did a lot of these sustainable masks. Cupro is a recent fabric, and before I knew it, it really like got a lot of attention, and all of a sudden we were like 1,000 orders, packed up. And my husband and I, we were working from home full time. We were taking care of our child full time, and we were really fulfilling orders like all the way to like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. sometimes. And he would like take suitcases of masks to the USPS office the next day. And there are a lot of amazing supportive customers, because we were so behind. But of course, we also received like a lot of angry emails, like, why are you so slow? Like, I need a mask yesterday already. Again, I cried a bunch just because I'm my best. But all this work really, paid off. I do believe in, the goodness in a lot of people who were so supportive, who were so understanding, and we were able to get some attention as well, and actually worked with NIH in the summer. Their workers were returning jobs in July, and they really needed a lot of masks. And we speeded up. We produced over 100,000 in a month, and we were really fortunate to be able to work with them and to help. Dr. Fauci wore one of the masks at an event as well, and it was like really more meaning to than anything else, be able to work with them and to provide this. So so that happened. And of course, when the economy sort of restarted, we were able to onboard with more stores when they reopened. And but for 2021, we want to make sure that we learn the lessons. We are super new to this whole industry and this world. We want to really reflect and make sure that we don't make the same mistakes with some of the ideas, decisions, designs, and also just to make sure that we stay true to why I started this side hustle, as a mom. And also just to make sure that I talk with you all as much as possible, because I'm just also inspired by all your perspectives and what you are doing, and of course everyone in the audience as well. So keep in touch, everyone.
I think I'm last, so I'll go. Everyone just said exactly what I've been feeling as entrepreneurs and as moms. It like basically 2020 was like walking through a hurricane every day, right? Until you finally hit your pillow and try and fall asleep and worry about what's going to happen the next day. Personally, as a mom with a 2-year-old here, it was just trying to focus on work, also worrying about her and really what the virus was, what was going to happen. Taking care of her full time was just a terrible experience that obviously I'll never forget. As a company, we went through a lot of the same pains that everyone just spoke about, but about after a month, we started to look at the whole situation as an opportunity to look at our business and what we were doing and where we wanted to improve and where we wanted to go. And so, after that, we started looking at how we were communicating with our community. We started personalizing everything. Our sizing is customizable. And so we started to look at every way that we communicate with through our emails, through our Instagram. How can we make everything more personable to people who are? So we started doing that. We looked at bringing our manufacturing back to LA and New York. And so our upcoming line that we're doing is being manufactured here, which is a lot harder elsewhere. So that's been one of the big challenges, but opportunities that we see. And then 2021, we've really taken everything that we've learned, and we're so excited about how we're just approaching our our and our new styles.
That's amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, all of our amazing panelists for joining this evening. I think what is most, and hopefully to the audience as well, is that as founders of sustainable fashion companies, you clearly have all developed these, maybe you already came with them, that have enabled you to not just or rather to think outside of the box and to see opportunity and obstacle that has led to your outlook in such difficult times. So thank you again for taking the time out of your busy schedules to share your stories and your insights. I know I certainly have a lot to think about in terms of my impact as a consumer and making more sustainable choices. And again, I would like to thank our sponsor, Afshan and Fuchsia Shoes, for putting together this incredible panel of female founders. This was such a treat. Thank you all again. And if you in the audience would like to support these incredible businesses, we are about to post links with more information on our social media channels, and you'll be able to see on the final screen how to follow and support these businesses. So be sure to follow everyone. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Stay warm and stay safe. Thank you.